Welcome to Hawk's Eye View. I'm your host, Jordan Conway, and today we are presenting the first of several programs about international flavor of UMES. We'll look at the study abroad program and meet some of the students who have traveled from abroad to study here in Princess Anne. Let me introduce you to Afiya Dede. Afiya is an international student from South Africa. Welcome to Hawk's Eye View.
Thank you. Hi.
So Afiya, please tell us, where in South Africa are you from?
So in South Africa, I'm from Johannesburg, which is the capital, one of the capital cities of South Africa. So we have two capital cities, but I'm from Johannesburg.
Okay, nice. Can you tell us what it's like there?
It's a carefree place, honestly. It's a carefree place full of a lot of people who just like good time. They enjoy a good time. They enjoy partying a lot. Partying, going out, eating, more than working. So it's just a place of friendliness. Yeah, that's how I'd describe it.
Is it really urban, more city-like?
Very, very urban, very Western-like to a lot of people's surprise. Cape Town is way more European than it is supposed to be, I guess. But yes, it's an amazing place. It's filled with a lot of laughter and joy, despite the issues it has. It's just full of joy.
Can you talk a little bit about your family?
Yeah, so I'm the last born of, I think, 8. Aww. Yeah, so we 8. I'm the last born. And I grew up in a really loving family, I believe. Unfortunately, my mother passed away when I was younger. But my dad stood in place of like a mom and a dad. But he never deprived me of anything. I always had all I needed growing up. So also my siblings chipped in here and there to take care of me. So I grew up in a really loving home, supporting home as well. Till this day, they're still supporting me. So yeah.
Oh, it's very lovely. Yeah. What was your previous education in South Africa like?
So it was rocky. So we had primary school. I went through that, and then went through high school as well. Passed and did really well. And now is the season where you have to go to university. Well, you choose if you decide to go to uni or college. And I decided to apply and go to universities and stuff. But unfortunately or fortunately, the South African universities I applied to did not take me. And they didn't give me a reason. I was just applying. Even pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, I kept on applying and nothing was ever done. I was just not getting accepted. And it was weird. So I was like, okay, let me just sit back for a year and see what happens. Yeah.
Oh, so you took like a gap year?
I did. I took gap years. I took 2.5 years, I think, from high school, just applying to universities and looking for better ways to get into an institution and study what I really want to study, which is law. But there was no space available for me in South Africa, basically.
And what about higher education? I know you touched about university. In South Africa, do they have like other things like, like masters and doctorates and stuff like that?
Yes, they do have that. Just like in America, you have an undergraduate, you go through that, postgraduate, honors, all that is there. It's just
competitive?
Not even competitive in a sense. So in South Africa, majority right now ruling is Black people. So they have to make sure that everyone has a chance to get in, and you get in based on your academics. You don't just get in with any type of marks. You have to make sure your marks are up to par for you to go in. And luckily, by the grace, I got those marks, but it was more like space constraints. The students who were in were not moving on to the next level. So university is just getting full of students who are not going to third year, who are not graduating. And it was a lot, I'm assuming. That's why they had a little glitch in the 3 years in accepting students and declining students.
Do you feel like the pandemic played a huge part in that?
It did. It really did, because when we analyzed the students that came from the rural areas, the cities, the townships, to come into the city and study, it was an unequal balance, and the pandemic made it worse. It was like we have a whole lot of students who can't go back home because of COVID restrictions, and also who don't know how to stay in the city and cope with how to learn online and all these stuff. So it was a lot of things played a role, but COVID made it a lot more harder. And I'm assuming that's why I also couldn't get any space in uni at that time. Yeah.
All right. So what motivated you to choose education in the US?
So I actually wanted to leave South Africa for the longest time. But my first option was never America. It was Europe, UK, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to go to university, but I want to be in the United Kingdom when that happens. But my dad just said, try everything. You never really know where you'll enter. So I just applied to 4 universities in America, and UMES being one of them. And how I found it was one of the top schools for being HBCU at the time. So I just ran with it. I just clicked and just applied. I wasn't thinking much about it. I've never heard of the school. I didn't even know where it was located. So I was just like, click, 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 apply. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what is your major?
So my major is criminal justice.
You did mention you wanted to study law.
Yeah. So,
what's the reasoning behind that? What made you choose criminal justice?
So, it's tricky. The law here is different from the law back home, but my main focus is to get into law school with the idea of learning about how to deal with international relations and being in the law part of it. That interests me because I would want to work representing my country. I know how it is to have relations, international relations, based on family. So how much more exciting would it be to just be in the law field and see what is allowed, what's not allowed, why it's not allowed. And yeah, that's just how nerdy I am, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be such a great help. You'd be able to,
help
really,
other international students as well, hopefully, yes.
Yes. And it must be tough being, far from home. How do you cope with that?
Believe it or not, I haven't been homesick yet. I do miss my family members, like their personality around me. I would call them often, FaceTime here and there. But the location, I haven't been homesick yet. I don't know why, but yeah, I haven't been homesick yet.
So you're just enjoying it
I'm
here.
just enjoying it. I'm just moving, exploring, and just taking in all I can take in. Yeah.
Nice. That's really nice, though. Do you go home for vacations?
So, being my first year, I'm not going to go back home because I really want to do the exploring. But next year, yes, I'm going to go back home so I can just tell my parents. It's like, oh, this place is like this, guys. Yeah, but I am going to go back home. And home for me is 3 different places. So, I was born in South Africa, raised to foreign parents. So, my dad is from Ghana. So, Ghana's home and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is home as well. So yeah, so home is 3 locations, which is exciting. So yeah.
Okay, so you get to travel a lot.
Yeah, I do.
That's nice. That's really good. What surprised you most about the USA, and how was college life here?
What surprised me? I guess it's the people. Yeah, the people and the food. Yeah, the people and the food. So back home, there's a saying, Ubuntu, which is you are because I am. So automatically, I don't know you, but I'll have your back. So if I see you, I don't know you, but if you're in a situation that is like, I can tell that this person's uncomfortable, I'll try to act and be like, hey, I didn't see you yesterday, are you okay? And then, depending on how you react, the person will know that, oh, she's looking out for me, or he's looking out for me. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But here, it's like, no, I don't know you. And I was like, oh, it's each man for himself here. Yeah, you really do what you have to do here, and that's about it. You just strive for your goal, you work for it, and that's it. The food as well. The food is interesting. The food is interesting.
I understand.
I think one of the shocks was when I went to Walmart and I saw how big the chicken was. I've never seen a chicken that big. So I was like, why is this chicken so big? You know, I was so confused. Why is it so massive? So the food was a bit interesting. Yeah.
New experience.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure. It's been really amazing speaking with you, and it's just been so nice learning about you. So what's next? What are your plans?
My plans is to score a scholarship.
Okay.
And hopefully prolong my years here at UMES. And just to learn a lot and gain a lot of knowledge as well, because they are... In America, you have a lot of knowledge at your feet and at your hands. It's more like I'm going to go and grab it, learn what I can so I can benefit myself. So when I go home or I'm placed in a situation where I don't have anything to give, but I can give my knowledge and my skills. So that's my drive, just to go out, meet a lot of new people, build relationships, learn a lot of skills as well that will help me in the long run. And not just in this bubble of UMES and in college. So yeah.
And as far as career-wise,
yeah,
what do you plan? I know you said you want to go to law school and everything. Do you want to continue law school here? Do you want to go to the UK? What do you think about that?
I am considering the UK, but that's like after undergrad. But for my undergraduate, I believe I'll just settle here for now. If opportunities arise, if I was to give me a scholarship, yes. If opportunities arise, I'll just stay here and get what I can. I mean, it sounds selfish if I put it this way, but I'm just going to grab everything. And
do it.
If I can bag everything, I will bag it and use it to my advantage. Yeah, because a lot of skills are out there and I just want to know everything.
It's a saying where it's like your brain is like a sponge, so absorb as much as you can. Just take it all in.
I'm the sponge and America's the water.
All right. Thank you, Afiya, for talking to us about your journey from South Africa to UMES. If you would like to find out more about international involvement at UMES, do a Google search for UMES International Student. The university has plenty of opportunities and information for students wishing to come to UMES. I'm Jordan Conway, and thanks for watching.